And hello everyone, hello Monte Carlo, and thank you Jackpot Rush. What, 4 months in a row? Thank you very much for that subscription. Right, let me turn on this music. And I was not able to start earlier today. No, I had so many meetings. But that's the last episode of this game. And I check it's super long. Kinda not sure why. Looks like there will be some flashbacks. And let me check the sound, test. Today? Obviously not. Needs something like 8 hours to finish it. 8 hours. That's kinda a lot. Well, today I need to spend 3 hours. That's for sure, but this means I need 2 more streams. I don't know. Don't quit your day job. What? What's I talking about? I already forgot. You have a crime scene to be looking after for a detective. Someone had to come dig. You're all out of the mess you're making of this case. Don't tell me that you actually found this letter. Mess? You know, none of this would happen if you just trusted in science a little more. Whew. Hold on. Cube is writing me in Discord, not here in chat. And let me check. Just notice his messages. What's the difference in time do we have? Usually I enter my stream at 8 o'clock. Usually I'm in it at 10, maybe 11. So the difference is like 12 hours? You don't know this would happen. Okay, this I remember. You can find out if that stuff was in that envelope. Easy. Hello Cube, I just was reading your messages in Discord. You had to explain yourself, Roland Detective. Glare at me all you want, but science is on my side. It's all in the procedure, right? 429. Wait a second, here it's 7. So 7 this means 90, 30, right? Okay, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And plus 4. That's 9 hours difference. So I think I will be streaming for 3 hours today only. Would like to start earlier, but stuck at work. Also was helping Graydon to set up the virtual machine. 429, so 3 hours it will be 5, 30, 6, 30, 7, 30. Well, maybe 8, indeed. That's right, the poison detection spray. Produce the red envelope at once. You can open it on the authority of the court. Now it's much more readable. Spray. Will be nothing. Oh, it is. It's already there. Well, would you look at that? No mistaking it. That's atroquinine procedure. I don't believe it! We just solved the case. A moral weapon from the past. Now, 7 years later, it bears its thanks at last. Can't believe this. The shortest case so far. Absolutely outrageous. Tell me why. Why didn't this murder take place 7 years ago? Well, that's one possibility. Maybe Mr. Misha figured it out. Figured what out? He realized that the person who sent that letter wanted him dead. So he sent his reply with a different stamp. And put his decisive evidence in a frame? You still here? Can I make a... No way. It's working now, or not? I can see myself online, but I will check the application. I wonder what was this again. Hold on. I don't know. Twitch died. Alright, it dropped 960 frames. That's a lot. This outrageous. I just started, it's already not working. Okay, hope it's working now. I will check. Test, test, test. So, at least this time, I noticed it like immediately, so nothing was lost. Neighbors. I don't know. No idea. Maybe I will need to reboot my router, and to not forget about this, I will send myself a message to reboot it. Last time it happened, well, 2 streams ago. Alright, I'm ready. Alright, by sender of 7-year-old letter, end quote. Now I must pay attention that everything is working all the time. No, maybe something more. Second. That's the matter. Star falls after 7-year delay, end quote. Easy control. It is easy control. I will just disconnect it from the power outlet and turn it on back. But not right now. After the stream. Order! I see no room for further argument here. Though I admit, this is all coming as quite a shock. To think that the murder weapon reached his mouth after 7 years. Oh, wait a second, I will check one more thing. Maybe I still have Wi-Fi enabled. And no, there's no Wi-Fi. It's Ethernet. Connected by cable. No problems here. Also, it's possible that the problem is on Twitch side, of course. Not with my internet. Alright, to think that the murder weapon reached his mouth after 7 years. Stamp is ticket straight to afterlife. End quote. I think the witness is a bad influence on our judge. I see no need for further debate on this matter. Sender of that letter 7 years ago could hardly have been our defendant. Apollo, he just won. Very well, this court find the defendant. What now? Ah, we have a new system. Is there a bright future for our legal system? Prosecutor given a ticket to the afterlife from 7 years ago. Tickets to Gaminer's shows are invalid after 2 weeks. It doesn't make sense any other way. It boggles my mind that so many people haven't noticed this. TrendNet? What? LH2 find functions? I don't know. I don't know which one is this. No idea. Some AT&T stuff. No, it's working pretty fine. It's something else. There's a fatal contradiction in her forehead's claim. Contradiction? A poisoned stamp was placed in this envelope 7 years ago. Whereupon it was framed until now. If that's the case, then why would Drew Misham have done what he did? Explained that he must have... He realized it. He would never poison himself, unless it was poisoned. He put it there as a memento, obviously. Apollo is too stupid. Then lies thereof. 7 years ago, the forger, Drew Misham, sends a trap and put the stamp in a frame. I don't debate this. Well, this begs the question. Why 7 years later did he use that stamp on the night of the murder? Surely, you don't mean to suggest that Mr. Misham simply forgot to put the murder weapon in a frame on his desk for 7 years and forgot? You expect us to believe he sprung the trap on himself? But so what? Well, I admit this is all quite shocking myself. It does seem highly unlikely that he would fall of a trap. Had been sitting on his desk for 7 years. Apollo, don't think we have been in anymore. I'm glad to see we are all back in the real world now. Welcome back to reality. We've been waiting for you. Okay, then how do you explain the poison stamp that was in this envelope? The poison stamp? Where exactly is this poison stamp again? Have you brought it to court for us? I say no proof that such a thing ever existed. What about the anthraquinine procedure, huh? I agree that does seem to be anthraquinine procedure. But her forehead, it's certainly no stamp. Yeah, but even if your precious poison stamp did exist, Drew Misham never would have used it. That is all. I believe we come to a conclusion. Again. Apollo, he was wrong the whole time. I can't believe it. The poison traces match up. It can be coincidence. I'd like to bring some closure to this issue sometime this year. Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor? Let's review the facts and see where we stand. 7 years ago, Drew Misham received a red envelope. There were traces of the poison, anthraquinine, on the document inside that envelope. A similar trace was also found at the crime scene, on this tiny picture frame. Tiny. The defense has indicated the possibility of a yellow envelope, an envelope that left the scene of the crime with the poison stamp on it. Yes, but even if this envelope contained a poison stamp, look at this. If it still exists and they don't find it, they'll be guilty for killing somebody else who will receive it. Anybody. And decide to, like, reuse the stamp or... well, you can't reuse it. Put it into his collection and incidentally leak it. Off his fingers, sure. But even if this envelope contained a poison stamp, and Drew Misham, knowing this, put it in a frame, he never would have used that stamp. Afraid you're right. Which means there is a fatal flaw in the defense's keys. I've been on the wrong track this whole time, I'm sure of it. Traces of Antiqueen, the envelope, the frame, and Drew Mission's mysterious death. All connected somehow. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have a conclusion for us? The defense stands by its keys, Your Honor. They already suggested suicide here. So, it's possible? You've seen that the logical outcome of the evidence makes no sense. Which means that one of our clues must be a fake. Which one? A fake clue? Fascinating. And if you find this fake, your wild fantasies, your proof quite reasonable, yeah? The fake clue that's wrong, as of the poison's trail, is none other than Drew Mission? Seriously, don't know. The red envelope, the frame, the Drew Mission. The victim was a fake clue? I'm afraid I don't understand. I'll explain. I cannot explain. I have an envelope, a frame, and a mark, linked by poison. It all makes sense. What doesn't make sense is the victim himself. Objection! Congratulations, you completely lost me. So the fake evidence is none other than the master of fake himself, the forger. It makes a good story, I'll give you that. Fake clue. Fakes. Forgeries. Aha! How's that face? The I'm just had an idea face. I don't have the idea. I don't know if I'm right, but I'm going with it anyway. What if our forger is the fake? Come again. 7 years ago, our forger slipped a trap and stepped aside. 7 years passed. Now the forger stumbles into that very same trap and dies. Why? That's what I want to know. Because the forger who was killed was a fake. Here again, the victim was a fake. One forger smelled the trap. One forger fell into the trap. That's two forgers, and one of them was a fake. Now I understand his idea. So, you're telling us that Drew Mission, the victim, was a fake? Well, he was the fake. Who was the real forger? You better not be claiming there was some kind of switcheroo. But you're going to have to back up your story. Mr. Justice, show us just who the real Drew Mission was. Drew Mission wasn't the real forger. There's only one other person it could have been. Understood, Your Honor. Forger Drew Mission was himself a forgery. The real forger was... Whoa! 7 years ago? Blame this, bro? Dangerous criminal? Brother, I mean. 7 years ago, she was 12 years old, so it's not her. It's definitely not him. It will be violent? Like, oh my god, who the heck is? Drew Mission himself. There's no indication that it's violent. Grammary. Wait a second, he can? Anyway, I'm not losing anything. Take that. No, it's not him. So it's Mission himself. Story makes wild claim becomes subject of mass ridicule. End quote. But I come up with something quick before the story goes to print. Take that! No? Who the heck is this? It cannot be her! Take that? There can be only one explanation, really. But 7 years ago she was 12 years old. The real identity of the forger, known as Drew Misha, is none other than his only daughter, Vera Misha. Order! Mr. Justice, this is going out on a limb, even for you. And agreeing, I mean, Vera, a forger? Let's consider it before you write it off entirely. If you look at the paintings in the studio, one fact becomes quite clear. Forgery had been taking place in that studio for quite some time. The forger wasn't caught in the trap 7 years ago. This can only mean that the one who was caught in the trap wasn't the forger. Well, actually, it does make a certain kind of sense. One more thing, only 2 sets of fingerprints were found in the forger studio, Drew Misha's and Vera Misha's. If we know that Drew Misha wasn't the forger, leaves only one possibility. By process of elimination. The forger was Vera Misha. Well, fascinating. Misha, we've been paying attention to the trial so far. Let's just ask you and be done with it, shall we? Who are you? Who is the forger, Drew Misha? Was that an expression of emotion I saw on her face? She's staring holes into Prosecutor Gavin's face. I'm used to being stared at by Fräuleins, believe me. No, they usually talk to me too. Tell us, were you the one who forged those works of art? Gavin, his brother, can be the killer here, by the way. Yes. So the forger Drew Misha was you? Yes, it was me. What? The car was in an uproar, and it wasn't coming down. We had to break for a 10 minutes recess. To be continued. Wonderful. So yeah, his brother, 7 years ago, could be the one who sent this letter, right, Cube? Very, very possible. Okay, so where exactly does this leave us, Apollo? Well, the Drew Misha who was killed wasn't Drew Misha the forger, basically. Well then, was he? Well, he was actually... What the heck is this hand on top left? Doing her nails. How can be this doing her nails? Is it poor translation? So you really made those forgeries? Yes, for father. I know it was wrong. Could you tell us how it happened? Father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day father saw it in me. He saw that I had that talent. talent for making forgeries? How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make anything. Anything? In this case, they were creating fake evidences for the court 7 years ago. But I was so proud and I so happy. But in the end, I was making dots. Money? Forgeries. I now had a good constitution, no personality. I know very little of the world outside my door. Now, because of me, Father is... Do you know about this red envelope? I remember that envelope. It was some time ago. So you were already creating your works back then? Son, when I was only 12 years old. So the one who figured out the stamp was poisoned, that was... Jesus, it's time to the courtroom, please. Right, out of time. Wait, where are? Just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio. I painted those as part of my work. Right, see, we checked them out and we saw what was underneath. So there are sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings. I see. Mr. Justice. Yes. Father, he knew of you. Of both of you. Your late father? He was watching, gets information. All about the Right & Co. law offices. But lately, you're not doing just law. Yes, you do tricks, gags to amuse, and play piano. Well, they're not really gags. Yet when Father heard you had resumed the legal business, how pleased he was. Alright, the tickets, I kinda forgot how much left. 11 maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just 10? Oh yeah, 10! Of course. Tell me the number from 1 to 10. Was stolen yesterday. Something tell me that nobody wins nothing. Next second. Let's check. This time, again, it's nothing. Not a winner. Alright, number from 1 to number 9. Number 5. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. It's $30. So I can send you 25%. In Steam, isn't it? Doing it right now. Right, need to find your list. This one. My god, I forgot the code. Okay, let me use PayPal. course I need to log in. And this one. Done. Send it. Okay. Last ticket for the day left. From somebody else. Let's see. How pleased he was. Who's Mr. Misha? How am I supposed to know? What if he was Daddy's daddy? Judging from their relative ages involved, I'd say it's highly unlikely. Seems already confusing enough, with all these daddies running around. We know that the victim's daughter, Vera, was the forger. What does this mean for the case? Guess we're about to find out. Court is now back in session. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked. How did you set up this dual mission forger, Persona? And then stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head. I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy. What's hard? Very well, miss, if you would. Did you really make those detestable forgeries? Can you rather answer my question? Were you the one who painted that painting, the remarkably similar one? Oh yes. I painted it, yes. Father priced me quite highly for it. So don't like what happened with these headsets. Maybe it's better. So, she was the one who made these forgeries. Yet, she did not wish to reveal the truth of the operation, so the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To the world at large, he was the forger, not her. I've done a bad thing. I have, haven't I? Regardless, we need a little more information about, for instance, this. You have seen this before, yeah? Yes, it was in the desk drawer. Very well, you may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope. Let's not continue. I created things, and Father saw them. This envelope came after my first work. It was other than a painting. Was I hand on the deal? All of it. Headset? I don't know. With ears and paw prints? I doubt about it. I received the stone that was in that envelope. It was after the job that we moved to the current studio. There certainly was much of great interest in your testimony. Not that the witness realizes it. Very well, please begin the cross-examination. Right, okay. I need more information about this fortune. This Drew mission. It hints us that we just need to press every sentence here. This is interesting. Hold it! By other than a painting, you mean it only done paintings up to that point? Yes. But father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings. For instance, a letter someone had written, or a fingerprint left upon a cup, or a signature on a document, a seal upon a letter. All this makes you sound very innocent at all. And the 100,000 promised in this letter was a start. The beginning of a new industry of Drew mission. A new industry? The creation of the items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words. Uh-oh. Hold it! So you didn't know how the things you were making were being used? I enjoy painting very much. I think I understand. The foreigner was living in an unusual little world. Hello, everybody. Can you tell us what happened to the papers that were in this envelope? Mother signed them and sent them back, I believe. Alright, the last ticket, what is this, 8 tickets left? Indeed. Tell me the number from 1 to 8, and we'll check it. Number 7, the second from the last. Right. It is nothing, sadly. Alright, that was the last one. Good luck next time. I don't know. Will I even able to buy more tickets? Till my salary or not? I don't know. So far we got like, I don't know, 50 bucks in total. It's just 5 tickets. Did you follow the instructions? Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp. This was an important matter. Give your answer some thought. She didn't answer. Hold it! So, these things you were making you mean paintings identical to other paintings, right? The closer they were, the happier father was. I was happy too. Sorry. Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work? The first painting sold when I was 12. Yana. She had no idea what she was doing was illegal. Easy, little Tony. You're not here to defend you for the crime of forgery. True. Please, tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that may very well have killed your father. Alright. Hold it. What do you mean you received it? Did I do something wrong? You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison, on the back, anthraquinine. A moment, Herr Forehead. You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps, you would tell me, Fräulein Vera. Vera, why did you receive this stamp? Is something wrong? It was beautiful. You mean it was one of those commemorative stamps? Yes, I think it was. So you didn't know about the poison? It's kinda obvious. What does it mean? I guess not. So the trap fell by chance or by mistake. Thanks to this commemorative stamp. Why the close call? Hold it. You mean you moved to where the current Jewish studio is? Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books. This single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Mission wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large. When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as the creator of the work. So that was the real essence of the artist, Jew Mission. You did the work, and he supplied the face. So, you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in. Apparently not. About this commemorative stamp, could you tell us more about it? It was very pretty, and more than that, yes, it was a picture of people I liked at the time. I know that this was the group of Grammary. There's something new. Apparently, you got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fräulein. The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians, so I kept it. Hold it. Magicians? I love mysterious things. I always have. And so she fainted when she saw Mr. Hat. You confuse mysterious with freaky. Also took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I love it so much. See? Isn't magic great? Fine, great. Yeah, sure. No need to get all excited. But the magic troupe we saw disbanded soon after. I was quite sad. Did she just say what I think she said? Magic troupe? Now where have I heard it before? The red envelope came after she completed her first job. That makes it a letter from her client who ever wanted a forgery made. Apollo, be close. Just have to piece together their parts. A deadly weapon in a red envelope, and the path it took to take Drew Mission's life. What should I do now? The stamp was a picture of my favorite magician. Where is contradiction here? Should I show this? Objection? Those magicians you liked, was it this bunch? Apollo, they're not a bunch. I see. It was not a contradiction. Why we objected here? Still, I have to wonder. Why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter? Good question. Now, pretty stamps are always better, and you can beat troop grammaring. But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think, Prosecutor Gavin? Prosecutor Gavin? Grammarly. What is Gavin? Might I ask just one question of this witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting. Please tell me, what exactly did you make? Can I ask, please? No, answer the question. What I missed. Doesn't matter. Prosecutor Gavin, you're usually not the one whose volume concerns me. Yes, it is unbecoming of me. I apologize. But I must know. Please, Miss Misham, tell me. It was a book. A single page in a book. A book? Let's be more specific. It was a handwritten book, like a diary. No, I don't. No! Wonderful. It was the case where he was prosecuted for the first time in his life. What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost. Miss Misham, this book was the picture of a silk hat on the cover or back cover. Yes or no? How did you know? Prosecutor Gavin, the defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her. He's told you nothing, has he? Solid mentor, nothing? Solid who? Phoenix Wright, who else? Daddy? He never told you about that trial 7 years ago, about how he came to lose his attorney's badge. It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know? Certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat. What? It's right. Tossed out of the profession by false evidence. And the forger who made that evidence. Is this girl standing right in front of me? Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Mission, you, to forge that evidence? For all of our sakes, who was it? We only met once. You met the client? Well, who was it? It was... What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face again. Guess what? It is something about me. I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book. The diary. Who was it? Vera. The cutscene. The devil? Wonderful. Why it's all empty? Defendant Vera Misham. Condition unconscious. Examiner's diagnosis: acute intracranial poisoning. Wonderful. This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Mission. Their mission was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. She is currently in intensive care and is not to be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case, at first glance. Usual deal? Which one? Gastronium? Until it finally began to show its true colors. The long road to the truth takes us to the records of another trial. It will be a flashback. In some ways, it was the starting point of it all. And that is where we must go. To find the whole truth. Another checkpoint. Showdown time. Already saw this cutscene. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Well, it seems I've found the partner I've been looking for all along. Or a game of cards. Why, yes, of a game of cards. It was how we first met, 7 years ago. 7 years earlier, Phoenix writes a final trial. The old picture, wonderful. Why was it updated? Okay, it's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. I'll take a pause here. Kinda. Better make another cup of tea. Play in less than 1 hour, so 2 more hours. Till 8 AM in the morning. Alright, be right back. Alright, back. So, they return back. The old soundtrack from the very first game. Isn't it? Alright. It's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. Front. Got to try and relax. Good morning, Mr. Enigma. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. I'm prepared. I understand I'm asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards. And that was enough. Actually, it wasn't. Trust me. Morning, Lily. I'm so glad you came. You okay, Lily? They picking on you? I'm fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me, after all. It's young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. Since my first shows today, after all. I'm sure it is. What the heck is she talking about? Old boy? Huh? Me? Look what she started. Here. This one won't be fake? What's this? I don't know, I just got it over there, in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit, with the spiky hair. They said it was really important, so this one fake. What's this? A memo for you? Some such? Not from the looks of it. What is this? It's like a page from Simon's diary. I will read it later. No book page. No book page. Well, how do you feel about the trial today? We'll get through it, somehow. Incidentally, I don't understand why. Who the heck translated it? The prosecutor today is a new guy, a her. An easy win then, yes. I'm calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office. Of course, there's one of those every year. The switching of attorneys just before the trial. Always, it is a difficult situation I put you in. But allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright. Yes? They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today, and let me check what do you have. Shoddy Enigma. My client, in this case, usually goes by his stage name Zach Gregory. Magnify. The victim in this case. Dead after being shot in the head while in the hospital. Let's use this. Each attorney's badge has a number engraved on the back. No two numbers are the same. So if you drop it, people will know it was you who dropped it. But I'll make sure I don't lose mine. Crime photo. Body found in a hospital room, shot in the forehead. So you want to say that this Enigma was real killer? Cause of this, single gunshot to the head. Estimated time of death 11:30 p.m. Was the blood from the bullet wound? Are you kidding me? He was shot in the forehead and he died from loss of blood. What? Malignant tumor confirmed in victim's liver. Mysterious paper. It seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell. Wanted to make it suicide or what? Pronounce me guilty today. So, what are your pronounces? My pronounce is not guilty. So, do your best, but do not worry. Same defendants ever given me a peep speech. I'll do what I can. I see you do not understand. See, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict. Impossible? Yes, isn't that right, to say? Yep, you bet, Daddy. My first look at the case was only yesterday, and the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can for their sake. I believe the curtains will be lifting anytime now. In your capable hands, Mr. Wright. Client is Shadi Enigma. Known to the world as Zack Gregory. A wildly popular magician, star of troupe Gregory. His mentor, Magnifique Gregory, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic until he was shot dead. And Zack Gregory is the suspect. Court is now in session for the trial of Shadi Enigma. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Either prosecution ready? I'm just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? Bit of buzzkill, really. Buzzkill? Some new kind of crime? One of the worst. It's a trial, yeah? Where are the sweaty palms? The pounding hearts. Governor's concerts got 10 times that thrill these gigs got. Doctor. Who are you again? Clever Gavin. I came to get the party started. Legally, yeah? Gavin? Defense attorney Christoph Gavins? Figures my bro's more famous in this part of town. Clever Gavin, lead singer for the mega hit band The Gaviners. You're out of your league, Rockboy. I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, Rockboy. True, my debut single, 7 Years, Hard Time for Love, went platinum overnight. But that's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah? Relative, and you? I like your affected era rock accent, by the way. I'm just getting warmed up, Herr Attorney Wright. Perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on the case. Achtung, baby. Time to call on the opening act. What's his name again? Oh yes, Detective Gumshoe. Hit it. And you are? You were the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide detective down at the precinct. Dick Gumshoe. Long time no see. Hey, you! Huh? Me? Today is the day, pal. They win, and you lose. I got confidence in my testimony today, see? But you normally lack confidence in your testimony. It was a question. Hello, detective. This is my stage. Can the antics? All this hey you in and such could care less about your history together. Very well, Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell us about the case at hand. It happened 6 days back, in a room at the General Hospital. The facts are simple and they come. At the crime scene, the victim was a patient asleep in a hospital bed. The killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and then blends out. Them the facts. Not so long ago, the victim, Magnificent Gregory, was a famous man. He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were. And yes, oh yes, the great magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name Magnificent to one of my generation, and you'll be likely to get blank stare. Yes, so I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. I dare say Troop Gravity has made quite a name for themselves. Anyhow, the retired Magnific's been in the hospital for the last year. What was it? A mal-ignorant tutor or something. Doing something to his liver, I think. Yeah. Malignant tumor, perhaps? In other words, he had liver cancer. And only 3 months left to live, in fact. The facts do seem simple enough, but something not right. Victor was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. Why not wait for him to knock on heaven's door? Why shoot him? Don't have put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was about to die? Incident! Wait a second, everyone started here using this particular word. Even Gumshoe. Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes. Diabetes? In fact, he was about to shoot up with insulin. When he was shot with a pistol, the syringe was found at the crime scene. Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life. It's not possible to check what I got like immediately. No, I need to wait until the next sentence. I believe the question before us is clearer then. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man? What reason could he have had? Very well, detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us as to the circumstances of the shooting. Yes, sir. And here, I'll check this. Used for administering insulin shots. Has been washed and shows no sign of use. Why do they need to wash something that's supposed to be sterile from the very beginning? Is they using it several times? I always hated getting shots. Guess Magnifier was giving himself the insulin shots. There's no way I could do that. But Magnifier uses to inject his insulin. Why is there no traces of it having been used? Something to keep in mind. So, actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. Few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. The pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. What? You say the victim ordered his own shooting? Those are the facts. I have here the letter in question. Or maybe this one was forged. Actually, not. In the first case, she wrote us forged letter. Forged card evidence. Very unusual indeed. To my beloved student, Zach, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's burden. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I already a gun with which you will shoot one shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Magnify robbery. Also, could such a scene as a letter really cause one to pull a trigger, I wonder? I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter. Can't refuse, and we both know the reason why. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court? Fortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir. One thing bothers me about this. Why didn't he just say 11? Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason? The devil is in the details, Herr Attorney. Well, was there some reason? And it turns out there was, every night for a half hour, starting at 11. The victim, magnifying memory, was given an IV. An IV? There it is in the picture, off to the side of the bed. At 11, a doctor would come to set up the IV. 7 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag. This happened every night, without fail. So that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption during his IV. Very well, shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would. What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? And have at least mentioned it to me. Hold it! Just because he wrote the letter doesn't mean he went through with it. I disagree. The victim was indeed shot in the forehead, after all, just as he had commanded. Could be a setup, but let's not be in such a hurry. Maybe should let the witness talk for a change. Sensible. Fine, I can play it slow as well as I can play it fast. On with the testimony, Detective Gumshoe. Hold it. And this letter was sent by the victim. That is, gotcha. You all mind this tempo. Huh? I had the handwriting checked out, of course, in the victim's, no mistake. I see. Score 1 for the boys. I didn't lose, I was just ascertaining the facts. So why am I so annoyed? But the letter ordering your own death seems on what they used to be, I guess. Not sure this is exactly commonplace even now, Your Honor. So anyway, yes, I'll keep going while I'm ahead. Hold it. How can you be so sure? Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get that noggin cranking. How to ground the concept of questioning, detective. First, we got this letter. It says shoot in the forehead, loud and clear. I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it. Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal. Filter grabs the concept of shooting people is bad, detective. We also found the defendant's pistol and the SAM. Traces of gunpowder residue shows that it had been fired recently. Well, Mr. Wright? As far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim. There's a lot of issues. The photo, maybe there's something in there I can use. So they say the defendant shot the victim in the forehead. So there's a hole in the prosecution's argument. What? Mr. Enigma shot something else. Shot something else? Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me. Yes? What does the letter tell us? The defendant had a reason. He couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes. Bingo ball. That's why the defendant popped him one in the forehead. The defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could make.
Objection!
But you can prove that with this photo? I cannot. Can prove he had a choice, yes. Defendant might have fired, like he was ordered. Let me save him. What was this in this photo? But he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. He didn't shoot the victim's forehead. What did the defendant shoot? The clown?
Take that!
The clown doll? Take a closer look, see? It's been shot in the forehead, too. There's a hole in its forehead. Yes, and a hole in the prosecution's claim. I can't.
Objection!
And I suppose you have a reason as to why he shot the clown doll. He didn't just shoot the doll, he shot the doll's forehead. Its forehead? Let's read the orders once more, shall we? He will shoot one shot square in the forehead. Which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead. Science has raised an intriguing possibility, so let's ask the defendant, did he do this or not? The hole in the clown's forehead definitely looks like it was shot. Well, if send someone to investigate this matter.
Objection!
Admit, I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim.
Objection!
Perhaps he did have to shoot a forehead as ordered, but the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his orders without taking life. The bullet hole in the clown doll's forehead does demand an explanation. Might very well be a clue, yet Prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim. So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the mighty fall. How sad it is to see the novice overconfidence. He doesn't realize just how big this hole is going to get. Detective Gumshoe, please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony. So when he shot the clown, he still shot the victim. Hold it! So let me get this straight. You're saying my client first shot the clown, then shot the victim. Not a bad summary, Paul. I don't have gun right now. More of confirmation than a summary, but whatever. It was really more of a confirmation than a summary. But our defense attorney seems pleased enough with himself. These people ever miss a chance to mock him? Well, now that Mr. Wright's gotten that out of his system, he'll continue with the testimony. We'll have time to gather all the details before coming here. His testimony might be my only source of information, but pay attention and read this letter carefully. That's a new one. The bullet was fired from the pistol found on the scene, no doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man. Hold it! You mean this pistol? The one in the crime scene photo? Then the one. It's a funny looking gun, so there's no mistaking it. You compare the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match. Isn't it this gun that can only fire once? You need to set up it again from the very beginning. So, you verified the murder weapon, in other words. You met with it. Hello, one. Hold it. Why are you so sudden? What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, Paul? You never heard of Zack and Wallen's quick draw showdown? What's it? One of the defendant's specialties. Zack and Wallet stand on either side of a girl, and they shoot. But the bullets don't hit her, instead they hit everything else on stage. This was one of the pistols they used in their show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it. I would simply hate it. Many boys and girls join the police because of that pistol, I heard. Why? Now that would explain a lot about the police folks. Your Camry stopped doing that a while ago. The old man held on to that pistol ever since. The court would like to see the pistol in question. You got it, Paul? You could use when he's saying Paul. Here she is. This truly is a blast from the past. It's a stage pistol from magic shows, see? But it can fire real bullets. It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV. Yeah, but it can only hold one round. By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty, and it shows traces of having been fired recently. So, were any fingerprints found on the gun? Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. You might say that a lack of fingerprints is in fact a fingerprint of its own. Intriguing point. Well made. well, mate, not intriguing. In any case, the court accept this evidence. Now can prove that it was not fired twice. My grandchild would get a kick out of seeing this. I don't know. I don't like old things, especially old guns. Their design is pathetic. But now it's time to return to our testimony. I prefer futuristic design. Okay, now I can show it. And that's it. In 9 minutes. No? If you look closely, you can see how the pistol's made to bend here. It's a one shown on the model, and I guess this bend is where you load it. So this is the famous Grammarly golden gun. So in this case, how they shoot in everything in the center if they can shoot only once? Say kids used to love pretending they had one of these. Never in my life. I wonder if they pretended to meet their targets too. Objection. The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Procedural gaming, you mean the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Yeah, but like I just said, Paul, after he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not. So where's the second gun in this case? The murder weapon? How? It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time. If he had shot the clown in the forehead, could he have shot the victim too?
Objection!
It's not a contradiction, that's even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot. Where did he get the extra bullets? They're not so easy to come by, you know? Brought with himself? You can claim the defendant had one ready and prove to us how he got it. I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. No, this part is just getting started. And I haven't proven anything yet, beyond my good looks and startling record sales. An utter lack of humility. What's this? It seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared. Like I said, her detective was just the warm-up act. Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready. Ready for what? For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who will find and prove once and for all. There was Zach Grammarly who shot the victim in the forehead. Will it be forgot her name. Lamiro R something. Very well. We'll pause for a 15-minute recess. Might be my lucky break. I'll need about that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach. Corliss, adjourned. Already? Another checkpoint? I really doubt that I'll finish today. But who knows? Maybe tomorrow. Very impressive, Mr. Wright, I have to say. I expected nothing less. You've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually. I don't think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discover the truth for yourself. I'm thinking of you, you know. I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night in the hospital, what really happened? The way your eyes gleam is right. Was Catrice. Speaking of which, where's she? You've seen the problem yourself. The letter. The one shot in the forehead. One, right? Yes, and the reason he speaks of. I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death. Why not? There is something I will not say, for now at least. This for now business. I've done many things in my life, some well, some poorly. But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves. Me? You wanted to know about the night of the incident. Well, this guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff. Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time and found there, upon his bedside table, 2 pistols. 2? Yes, the one I had used on stage. And the one that had been used by my partner, Wallet. The Zack and Wallet's quick draw scene. My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. I took the pistol into my hand. Cannot deny that my revolver faltered then for a moment. Faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him? Recall, there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first. So there were other requests you couldn't refuse before. To be honest, I've not always been steadfast, and I fear I've brought pain upon to see. Was McAfee cursing his disciples somehow? That's what was going on in true memory. Yet, in the end, I didn't shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. In your pocket. I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you'll find it to be different than the one in my mentor. What were those codes? Rifling marks. Yes, well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case. Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you can tell me? You're a fascinating man, Mr. Wright. Thanks. Yes, there's something. My mentor, his eyes opened. What? McAfee Grammary? The old devil. He was not asleep, you see? Of course, the gunshot would have woken him anyway. And then we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion, maybe 5-10 minutes or so. There was a gunshot, and nobody actually paid attention to it in the hospital. What did you talk about? It's right. Did I not just tell you? It does not concern this case. Anyway, he seems pretty steadfast to me, or maybe just stubborn. That's right. Your presence is requested in the courtroom. Once again, I'm in your hands. Alright, let's get back in there. Court is now back in session. During our recess, it's totally the same bullet that I saw already in one of the cases. Second, a bullet was found in and dug out from the clown's head. This is news and the rifle marks. There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis. Well, they did find the weapon type matches the real weapon. And it will be silent gunshot. Wonderful. It's what you need for the magic show. The silent gun. Well, that's not very conclusive, is it? Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness. Your decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words? Maybe it will be violent? Well, they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think. Don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job. Although he's intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Being the other half of Troop Grammy's famous duo, Zack and Valent. Valent Grammy. So we get to meet the great magnificent Arthur Distable. Indeed, he's too young here and too old, 7 years later. Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation. Do we have him? Not yet. Montgomery, magician. Have you? 70 years old. And you, the decisive witness, are you? Can prove your fellow student your partner's guilt? Fate, the grand illusion, filled with traps and tricks. Wait, shouldn't took place in that hospital after 11 o'clock at night? If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late? If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes. Okay. Let's get the characters, don't I? I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this. That looks very familiar. Wait. It's the same letter Zack Grammary received. Yes. Or perhaps I should say, ta-da! Order! And what does it say? Surely not the same thing. Perhaps you should see for yourself. My beloved students, Valent, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. 11:20, which you will shoot one shot square in the forehead. Why, it's practically the same. Don't accept this into evidence. It was unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? What exactly was your troop Grammary up to? By which you mean? I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Most of them, no less. Just my opinion, Herr Judge. But from these letters, I'd say he was cursing them, not asking them. We walk the magician's path together, and in so doing, shared much of our lives. And people are so close. There is a strain, a warping of relations, you might say. And this has nothing to do with the case at hand. Which you mean, you're going to tell us? Which makes me wonder even more about the reason they couldn't refuse. Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. Defendant Zack Grammary stands accused. Tell us why. I'll do more than that. For where he walks, the red roses rise singing hymns to the miracle that is magic. Fascinating. So hardly need to remind you. The evidence could just as clearly point to you as the suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found the scene. In fact, the only difference seems to be the designated time. As every magician knows, timing is everything. Yes. And now it's time to get this party fired up. That night, I visited the hospital room at the time McNiffy requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet a deal with the dead is still a deal, that sweet kiss I gave to the clown. Then from the doctor and the police, who to say that he was the killer. So you were the one who reported the crime. Indeed, I would think. This fact alone would clear my name of suspicion. Let's not jump to any conclusions. And the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, and the defendant Zach Gregory is guilty, and if it wasn't Zach Gregory, then the killer was you, Valent. And no disappearing act will get you out of that. Hold it. Which, according to the letter, was 11:20 p.m. Get it? In magic, timing is everything. Right. Consider the illusion of teleportation. If I were to appear on stage before my stunt double has left, how would that look? I would reveal the very secrets of my magic. Now that you revealed the very secrets of your magic for all of us, let's move on. You went to the designated time, and what did you see? Smell of gunpowder. Hold it! So, you went for it for your own safety at all. I mean, you smell gunpowder, yes? What if the shooter was still nearby? I did not consider this, to be honest. It is forbidden for a magician to have a good imagination. What? Really? Isn't magic all about illusions and imagination? How about this? You were the shooter, which is why you weren't afraid. Now you are the one imagining. It's forbidden for a lord to have a good imagination. The witness will refrain from pausing so suspiciously before responding. My forbidden imagination is starting to imagine sins. I don't imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Okay. Hold it! Which brings us back to this reason neither of you could refuse. So does and my partner. He didn't refuse. But McNiffy wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if Zach couldn't? Because I have a will of steel, of course. I also do this trick where I bend stillbirth, so perhaps steel isn't also strong. So, which is it? What if I continue? Get a deal with a debt, still a deal. Okay. Hold it! There were 2 bullet holes at the stand, one on the victim and one on the clown. So he's supposed to still have this gun, and we can compare the gun to the bullet the clown's had. There are 2 bullet holes in the stand, one in the victim and one in the clown. You said the one who shot the clown was you. No doubt my partner Zach has said much the same thing. Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I'll better dig around here a bit more and see what I turn up. Mr. Walland, let me ask about something else concerning the crime scene, namely the bullet in the pistol, the location of the pistol, the number of pistols. How many pistols were there when you entered the room? By which you mean what precisely? 2 pistols were used in the Zack and Walland quick draw shooter, correct? 1 for each of you. You're well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. Did Zack tell me back in the lobby? He told you that was a flashback again. Like, I don't know, they think that players, after playing the first 3 games, became stupid and it completely explained everything for them? Every single small question? I see no problem with that statement. Only 1 pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene after all. So you picked up that pistol and fired it. Indeed I did. Alakazam. 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 Boom. Is the number of pistols really so important? Well, not, but let's answer quite important. The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor. Very well. Please add the detail to your testimony. Kind of, but of they. Only 1 pistol was in the hospital room that night. Is it? I shot the clown. From the doctor and the police. Hold it! So you took the only pistol there and fired it. That's correct. And that pistol was this one, which was left at the crime scene. Good show, I see you two are a magician of sorts. And you an idiot of sorts. Do you have any idea what you just said? I see the fire in your eyes as you glare at the witness. So how about heating up this trial a bit? This show, well, it's burn you. Got a hunch. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe you should ask about something else. The bullet and the pistol. In order to shoot a pistol, you need a bullet. Where was the bullet? I entered the room and took the pistol in my hand. The bullet was already loaded, ready to fire at any time. Magician is always prepared, you see? Prepared for. One never knows when a miracle will be called for. Magician always has 7 doors. In this pocket, yes, and a white rabbit up each sleeve. We are dealing with professionals here. In this bullet that was loaded in the pistol really so important? Okay, yes. It's not a loaded bullet, you would have a murder. It's very important, Your Honor. Very well. She always is important. Whistle was already loaded, merely had to pull the trigger. Hold it! If the pistol was already loaded, something doesn't make sense. Why weren't the victim's fingerprints on it? You should know that we, all the troop gravity, are capable of many things. One of those being the levitation of iron balls without touching them. There's no magic involved here. The shooter was just methodical. That's his all. He simply wiped everything of fingerprints. Can't really do much with fingerprints that went down. Maybe you should ask about something else. The location of the pistol. Where exactly was the pistol when you entered the room? Atop a small bedside table, it was. As if to say, here I am, take me into your hands, pull my trigger, shoot him. Some really wanted to be shot. But why? As he wanted to go out with a bang? Yet we never heard the truth from his lips, so all we can do is guess. Is the location of the pistol all that important? Yes. Without the murder weapon, there would be no murder. It's very important, Your Honor. Very well. I took the pistol from the small table and shot the clown. Where's the contradiction? Because there are two pistols? Yeah, rifle marks match bullet found in victim. Maybe because of the two pistols? Hold it! Why did you do that? I would think calling the police would come first. Thank you? Then you know nothing of the relationship between the master and his disciple. If your master says die, you die. Do you understand? I don't understand. So you're going to die? Certainly not. That was but an example. In any case, I wanted to fulfill my obligation. A final courtesy to a great matter, perhaps. Or perhaps not. I'm totally confused. Okay, the number of pistols. Maybe the bullet on the pistol. How should I know? From the doctor and the police. Malignant tumor in liver has progressed to final stage with no hope of recovery. Patient has 3 months to live. Patient has chronic diabetes. Requires regular insulin. Let's show this weapon, why not? Objection.
Objection!
According to the defendant, Zach Gremery, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on the table. 2. One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. He left with it in his pocket. Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, you must assume our defendant has some brains in his head. Well, what about what Mr. Walland has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense. What might that be? I told you, I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown. That's your story, at least. But the rifle marks tell a very different story, Mr. Walland. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us. He told us it was another flashback kill. Mr. Walland, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead. Order! Well, this is all rather sudden. What have I done? Prosecutor Gavin? I owe the court an apology. Sorry. Sorry for what? Let's say I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifle marks only proved the type of gun that fired them. But that's not what you told us before. You said you'd verify the murder weapon. Which is why I'm apologizing to you now, quite sincerely, I might add. You hold me accountable for mistake made in my use. But of course, I'm not anxious, so I'll hold you accountable. It was just this morning. I'm still young, and I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took one pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion now. Violent robbery? Yes, you know. You were presented to this court as a decisive witness, but you've proven to be more divisive than decisive.
Objection!
You'll see. In time. The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next. Here to elaborate, prosecutor Gavin. When Mr. Walland entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove, right, the real fight is about to begin. Bring it. Very well, the witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what. He said already. It's more intense, I must say. Let me save and take a pause. Continue, of course. Seriously, don't know how much left of this game. Maybe it's like 2 or 3 hours. Well, I have approximately 1 hour left. Need to check how long is it, but be right back first. Right, back. Not front. Just back. Whew. No, looks like there's still a lot. A lot left. It definitely can be done today. And yeah, I can spend 1 hour. But how much longer? I arrived at the hospital room at the appointed time. Checking this. Yes. And discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation. Then called in the doctor. But he said police before. Doctor and police. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. I was quite clear about the time of death. 11:10. 11:10. It was... Wait a second, in autopsy report, the reason was loss of blood. Loss of blood is not instant. They show some other cause of death here. But okay. 11:10. 11:10. Hold on. 11:05. 1:20. I'm not sure. And the one in the room at the time was my partner, not me. Why an autopsy report that doesn't say exact time? Those times are rather close, you have to admit. Talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. There was 10-minute discrepancy at the basis of your alibi. It's easy to explain in this situation, Herr Judge. For example, take our debut hit single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love. You to the song, press the play button. You'll play for 2 minutes 15 seconds. Do it 100 times, the result in the same. Debut single was only 2 minutes and 50 seconds long? What a ripoff. Magic is a world of utmost precision. Hocus pocus requires admirable focus. And in the time of death, determined by the doctor, there is an incontrovertible truth. Very well. The prosecution warns us that we are dealing with rather precise times and expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision. I would hope the defense refrains from its customarily broad, sweeping accusations, lest we blur the focus this case so clearly demands. Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in a penalty. Carry on, Mr. Wright. Carry on. Right. Actually, it doesn't explain who shot what. Okay. My question was about the time. Hold it. I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubt about this. How could the doctor be so precise with the time? You usually only get an estimated time of death, true. You should have heard of a verified time of death. Magic reveals in making the complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex, in this case, is a simple matter of subtraction. See, another person has done the arithmetic homework. The point here is the IV the victim was taken. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. So when you're dead, from the cause of death, which is loss of blood, IV, like what, not consuming? If it's blood loss, it's still circulating, because you're losing it. If it's not circulating, you're not losing it, right? So I don't understand it. It cannot simply stop in 11:10. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim, Magnifi Grammari's schedule. Every night at 11, Magnifi took an IV drip for 30 minutes. And see the IV button right there, yes. Now look a little closer, follow the tube down from the back to the end. I don't know, maybe because heart has stopped, it's not circulated anymore. Right. I would like to be the expert here. In this case, I would not be able to enjoy, well, detective stories, maybe. Now, look a little closer. Follow the tube down from the back to the end. It was disconnected? Needle's been removed. Huh, that's interesting. So they know when it was removed. Okay, that explains everything. I didn't pay attention to this. Doubtlessly, it fell out when he was shot. Fell out. And put aside. Not on the floor, aside. Would seem to be the case. Wait a second, if you remove it, the fluid should be freely go down or not? Don't quite understand. As the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips. Okay. I could just measure the remaining IV liquid. IV is a secret parameter in every single Pokemon games, except the first two, maybe. Precisely. IV liquid functions for our purposes as an hourglass of sorts. It's how the doctor determined the time of death. From the amount remaining in the bag to determine that. IV had stopped 10 minutes after administration began. You got the report? I'm supposed to show it. So it was when I wasn't entering the room. Wait a second, what if you added some water after this? This requires to administer full IV. From the amount remaining, IV stops 10 minutes after administration began. Okay, I see no contradictions. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed. And this is proof. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems important. Very important. Well, seeing how it is the biggest clue we have to the time of death, see, it's very important. Agreed. It'd be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of arithmetic. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony. Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. I wonder, well, right now he's thinking that he is the killer, but what if both of them are not guilty? The water on the lamp springs not eternal. My IV liquid proves my innocence. Hold it! Did you notice the IV yourself by any chance? When first I entered the room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next the marks of death upon my mentor's forehead. And then his left arm. Did I spy a rose dropping and wilted? Dropping and wilted. It's thorn the discharged IV needle, knocked from the vein by the force of the shot. Luckily for you. Listen, if it was inside the vein, there's supposed to be a blood. And I see no blood. There must be a few drops, it's slow. Must be. It's fully clear, it's like it had never been touched, I mean. maybe it had never been attached? That IV had not been there. Why, you might be a suspect? Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color. Yo, lucky color? Yellow? And it's, even today I wear it proudly, from my suspect self. Let's say, for it always, without fail, brings me luck. Why then Zack and Wallet won the first Magician's Grand Prix? Yes, the very one held by the Association of International Magicians. I was adorned in this attire then too. And our trophy, a burst. What a day that was. This is one trip down memory lane no one needs. My lucky color, yes indeed, and that ivy too. I think was huge, especially for me, wasn't it? So he added some additional liquid of yellow color in it. It does seem to be the case indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony? I'm sure he looks happy with himself. What is likely colored testimony? This contradiction. It suddenly sounds like your lucky colors brought you plenty of luck. Don't quite understand why is this always a question. Is it important? Is it a contradiction? Because the answer usually always yes. I don't remember what was in the first 3 games, but maybe always it was yes. But not this time. Let's see the time. I have 50 minutes. But not this time. Mr. Wallet, your lucky colors betrayed you. But you lost me? Your Honor, the witness testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence. What? Just recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I know how this latest accusation is well based. Don't worry, it's all your bases right here. All your bases belong to us. In the first place. Don't remember how exactly it was. Just don't work at the morning. Then you will have hours for streams. It was not just this. Well, first of all the meetings started for some reason at the evening. I was helping Creighton with the setup of virtual machine, and next I got another call back from my work to help them why they cannot. Forgot what they were doing. Simply forgot. Impersonate. There was impersonation of one service account with another from another project. And it was not working. After I finished again, I was working with Creighton. Next, with a few minutes, started the stream. So anyways, I had too many meetings. Not in the morning, but only in the evening. I don't understand why. Why in the evening? It's like most commotion. Also impossible. I've got all my bases right here. Very well, let's hear the defense's claim. Where is your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Bond has told us? Well, told us about the color. And I don't know, it looks like green. Let's show this. Take that. The crime scene tells all, Your Honor. I would think that it will be like no blood on his hand, but looks like in the color. The photo of the crime scene. All the stock of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. Actually, I can explain why it's different color, because over time, IV liquid changed the color from yellow to green, and photo was taken 1 hour later or 2 even. Let's see. Tell us, Harold, just where is the contradiction in this photo? My pleasure, and I assure you, it's quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What in this photo contradicts the witness testimony? Violent gravity. Let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. It's yellow, yes? Kind of take the mystery out of it, but yes. Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright? Yes, there is. Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene. What's this? Confusion? Doubt? Tell us? What do your elderly eyes spy? Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Walland. Look at that ivy bug. What is this? What form magic? Magic. It would be hard to call the eye liquid yellow. I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photograph. Alakos. Alakam, no? There were rabbits. Order! Order! What does it mean?
Objection!
This... some kind of mistake. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin? You witness mistake. The greener they are, the harder they fall. So what? Tell them that it was green color was mistaken. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Montgomery, as you reminded us several times, your lucky color is yellow, but the ivy is clearly not. Wait a second. You saw it? It was yellow liquid, and a blue bag. Yellow plus blue is green. Well, these combinations can mean only one thing, or maybe he added this liquid that was yellow and forgot that yellow plus blue is green. It's green, I'm not sure.
Objection!
And to think, you almost had me. I see your true colors now, Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. Something you like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as this court can tell, the witness testimony does contradict the evidence. Yes, a contradiction. One that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright. How do you mean? How? Because the witness has made no mistakes. Agree, at a glance, the ivy liquid disappeared as sort of greenish yellow. But I assure you, the liquid itself is quite yellow. Yellow liquid? How can you say that? As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green. Yes, but what color is the ivy bag itself? The bag? You mean the plastic bag, the hook? Looks like a... how to say... light blue. Precisely. Figured it out yet? Put a yellow liquid and a blue bag and... you got green? Yes, incidentally, again, in the liquid's true color. Listen, your explanation does have the ring of truth to it.
Objection!
As I thought, there's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin. What? You might tell a good tale, but you just proven something rather grave, for you, that is. Grave? The liquid in the ivy is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that? It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the ivy liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know the ivy liquid was actually yellow? The question was why he was so sure that it's yellow and he was surprised that it was actually green. Like a zong? Zoom. Order! So, you can hear now this music. And if you play the Cheetahman music at the same time with this one, it will be the same. Well, different music, but they match each other super perfectly. It's alright, you will explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid. So sure it means something, but what? Can you think of only one possibility, Honor? A witness, Valence Gremery, has testified that the IV liquid was yellow because it looked yellow. Seen it before. He knew the IV liquid's color. If I answer this, so what? Wait a second, you can know that. What is the IV liquid's color? If you, for example, read about it. Seen it before. From the fact before us, the answer is clear. Witness knew that the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before. But not inside the blue bag he'd seen in the photo. Saw the liquid by itself in a clear, colorless bag. Suppose he would have had to? I'm still not clear as to what all this means. Ask yourself, why would he know he didn't work at the hospital? I must say, right now I don't quite understand why do we need the forged evidence, which is here. It's suicide notes, and why do we need this when we are trying to prove that he's guilty? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor. And first I find nothing. So what if he knew the IV liquid's color? Leave the guy then excited over absolutely nothing to our any whopper funds. Yeah? The IV liquid, and the only evidence proving the time of this, is 30 minutes hourglass with 20 minutes worth of scent remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin. Am I right? Well, however, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and IV bag. Wait, I know! An hourglass uses scent, but an IV bag uses liquid. Am I right? Right? I'm right. As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the scent, through an hourglass, IV liquid enters the patient's body. At each point, like magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? Couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in. Let me get this straight here. Right. You say the witness watered down the victim's IV bag? Not with water, but with IV liquid. That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow. Wait, I said wait! How might an amateur such as myself say to perform such a task? You're not a magician, didn't read about it somewhere? On the internet? I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water in the cup. I find there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Quite. Any proof our witness is capable of such a feat? The point matters. I at least would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag. You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness' face. He added liquid, that IV, through over time of death. At time, this fairy tales lacking evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to earth? Really, Gavin's like an attorney, defense attorney right now. And the just prosecutor trying to prove that he's guilty. Wonderful. Balance gravity. Afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. I ask you what you're strongly suggesting. Magic relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was suddenly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic. His prop was... syringe? Take that.
Take that!
The victim's syringe? Is a perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick. And is enough for an amateur to use.
Objection!
What kind of evidence is that? Syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid on it.
Objection!
And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin? What? The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been traces of insulin left inside. Well, Valent Grammarly, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. One that you could manipulate at will. Like Alcazar? I do believe, well, this is being his first. And the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. And that, while there is a doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in the bag, okay, why do we need this notebook page? What they call it? Yeah. The time of death cannot be proven, and that brings our trial to a close for the day. We can squeeze an extra data on this, do a little much-needed investigation work. I see there are no... Truly, there's no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds one of the truth so effectively. A word to the wise. Underestimate the young, and they sweep your feet out from under you in a way you never ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking. What's he talking about? You say the witness used the syringe to manipulate the level of the IV liquid. But there's no proof. There's no proof he didn't do it either. Yes, quite true. Let's admit that. Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I hoped. This admits, after all, might linger in the past, when the future holds so much. Why linger in the past? Okay. You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin? Proof, Herr Judge. I have another way to prove my case. It's evidence, no less. The story. What's this? This and the victim. Magnifi Grammary's diary. After going into the hospital, Magnifi began writing his memories, it seems. A story of his birth, his startling debut, and of meeting his disciples. It seems he intended for the last chapter to end, quite appropriately, with his death. Wait. Book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request. Today does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently the victim wrote his journal that night, even after the ivy had become at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we? Tonight's IV is in. Maybe the last. I leave the rest to them. The first should come soon. The show may end here, but may go on, but not long. It depends on his hands. And I cannot read the rest. This appears to have been written just before his death. All that is left in night. God, why is it added here? Some tea, that's for sure. Cheesecake? Too many calories. The court accepts this into evidence. It was it. Then the very last part, this particular count. God damn it. This is the head. This is the last page. There it ends here. What's this? Looks like a page was ripped out? What is the last part? His what? Why is it here they did it? It's unreadable. I know, isn't that interesting? I want to read it, I cannot. Oh no, all that is left to show me. Oh, they are reading it. The show may end here, or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Because by his, it refers to our defendant, Zach Gramery. Makes sense, yes. He was first scheduled visitor after all. But look at what he said before that. Long down. This what? This journal may end here, or it may go on. It may go on. Magnifique Gramery intended to write again. That is, if Zach Gramery didn't pull the trigger. I see the defense understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on, it ends. Because Magnifique's life was brought to an end by the defendant, Zach Gramery. The order prosecutor gave him. Are you saying that Magnifique Gramery wrote this? I wonder what was actually on the last page. There's no mistaking his handwriting. Well, this does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnifique did intend to continue his diary. Yet, if his diary ended here, which plainly it did, then the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Gramery. Well, how do you like me now, Herr Wright? Still too green for your tastes, So with this fake page, it will become suicide notes, not telling who is the real criminal. He's right about the diary. I want to say diary. Maybe it's diary. Being pretty clear, still I find it hard to believe that he had overlooked such an obvious problem with his precious evidence. Hell, Mr. Wright, the witness testimony we heard was lacking, but put together with this evidence, it seems quite sufficient for a case. The theory is accepted like this. Trial's over. Maybe it's time for me to show them something. It's not possible to say no need. No need. I don't like anything about this situation, but the judge is already getting twitchy with his gavel. So better show them something quick or else I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence. If it was not submitted to the court, it cannot be the evidence. Same here. There's definitely no other choice here. What? You have some evidence that overturns this diary? It's not too late to rescind this and avoid more embarrassment. Very well, please show us your evidence, Mr. Wright. Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary. I've just shown the court. Now that you've come this far, you have something a little more decisive. Show us evidence that proves the victim continued writing his diary. Alright, we'll be happy to. Decisive evidence proving that the diary didn't end with these pages. Actually, let's show it one more time. Take that!
Take that!
This evidence. Saying this is decisive? You don't need proof that he might have continued his diary. We need proof that he did continue that diary. If such things exists, of course. Time to get cozy with the court records. No, I've got the evidence in here somewhere. Very well, please show us your evidence, Mr. Wright. Incidentally. Definitely nothing else to show here. Take that!
Take that!
First, take a close look at this diary. Now that page has clearly been ripped out. What's this? I didn't notice that at all. So why are we still here talking about this? As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. Okay, I don't believe it! Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot Magnifique Grammary. In the defense's position. Wait, let me see that. In this case, both of them will be not guilty. What in Sam Hill? What the heck is Sam Hill? Why, this is the continuation of the victim's diary. Diary. Oh, I need to check it. Why are they doing this? Diary? Note the term edge of the page. It's a perfect match in the torn remains of the last page in Magnifique's diary. Quite remarkable. You can't explain what all this means, her attorney. The diary continued after his first visitor came, which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Grammary left. Leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor. Want Grammary. Hold on, I will check it. So it's actually diary, and it sounds like from this meme, I have a bad case of diarrhea. Diary. One diary. No. The handwriting, too, much that's on the other pages. This is without a doubt the genuine article. So who's guilty here? Or the order? But wait, that's impossible! That man couldn't have written that.
Objection!
What's now? Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, alright? Resist what? Presenting solid evidence? Herr Judge? Yes, Prosecutor Gavin? My request we put the current cross-examination on hold. The prosecution would like to call a new witness. But Prosecutor Gavin, this evidence overturns the current witnesses. I ask only to put it on hold. Please, my new witness has a very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes, no more. I promise. Your Honor. Well, if you put it that way... Mr. Wright, what's your take on this? Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, you'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later anyway, so it might as well be sooner. Then, no, this is highly irregular. I'll put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness may step down. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring this surprise witness to the courtroom. And who will it be? Had a bad feeling just then. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known. And I should know it was a bad sign all around. Forger? Wonderful. Holding trial with no audience is a first, even for me, Prosecutor Gavin. With no audience? I beg the court's understanding. But I had to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony. Judiciary deal? The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it best to contain the information to this court, this room. Very well, and you are the witness, I guess. Yes, sir. State your name and occupation for the record. My name's Drew Misham. I'm a painter. Painter? And you're somehow related to this case? No, well, not per se. I have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what this is? Yeah, I know it well. How's it possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before? Oh yeah, I mean, I made it. What? You made it? Yes, you might call it one of my works. The Regional Prosecutor's Office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach robbery. Illegal evidence? I don't understand what was the purpose of Gavin's brother to frame Phoenix, because it was his rival, and if his attorney field of work or something, initiated an investigation and found this witness. A painter of the world at large, Drew Misham, has another side, you might say. A skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries, in other words. Forgeries? Well, so we are to understand that this page is a fake, prepared by a certain defense attorney. Hold it. I didn't prepare this evidence. The attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume, but what is he saying? Makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix Wright. Witness, Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client? That... I don't know. What? As my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items I want and receive my payment, not the extent of my conduct with them. But there's no proof this is a fake. It's a fake. To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my words. Can't say without a doubt. This is mine. And what is this mark? Mr. Wright, you have just presented illegal evidence to this court, my court. It was careless of me. That's all I can say. Hallway. Here. What's this? This is another flashback. Let's keep it. It was all a trap. A fatal trap. Mr. Wright? Yes. Do you have an explanation for yourself? If I did, would the court hear it? Probably not. Forging evidence is a serious crime. Presenting it in court is a serious mistake. But you need an evidence that it was created by this particular attorney. No evidence, no case. Fatal mistake for an attorney. Fatal too, perhaps, for your client affair. Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait. I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime. But you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Your Honor. Another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it, so, yeah? I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to sing before embarrassing yourself. There was no choice here. There was no chance. See no need for further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed. Oh, team. Hello, Richard. Mr. Attorney. Yes. Could I ask your name? Phoenix, right? Mr. Wright, I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I remember you, Mr. Wright. Who the heck was really him? It was not the forger, something. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must... Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Zack? There's one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible. If the defendant is quite mistaken, I must certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you. Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist? Does not exist? What are you talking about? I'm talking about this. Mean it? You miss it? Mr. Enigma? An escaped! Find him, quick! Well, close all exits from the building. He had never been here. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape. That day, in that courtroom, a miracle occurred. Defendant Shady Enigma, as known as Zack Remery, did not just escape from court, he literally unbelievably vanished. Right before the bailiff's eyes. No one ever saw him again, not since that day. This is a Remery miracle. Wonderful. No verdict was declared. After all, the defendant didn't exist. That's how it happened. The child of magician, Zack Gregory, vanished, along with him for all eternity. The mysteries that remained behind were all solved, however, but not until 7 years later. To be continued. What time is it? Almost 3 hours. That trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. Anticlimactic. This I know beyond a doubt. The mysteries of the past work their magic on the present. But you'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself. Which of Magnific Gregory's disciples pulled the trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant Zack Gregory go? What dark truth lurks behind the forged diary page? What about the girl who was left behind? In this Mason system. The past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth. But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. And when all the questions had found their answers, the final trial will begin. But first you must chase the truth through then and now. Think of it as a game, knowing. It's a zero escape game now. I think Throids will be your guide through this game. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended half finished when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clearer. And one more thing, it's something I must tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. My Magatama. What does it do, you ask? That I would have you see for yourself. It will be another investigation. Well now, shall we begin? Press the arrow to switch between past and present. But let's begin 7 years ago, in the past. It is right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. I don't know the game. Must review 8 cases. Drew Studio, let's go. The nightmare trial was over, and the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun. I wanted to wake up, to walk away, but I figured I am the only one who could do this, probably. And besides, I had plenty of time. Thanks to the Bar Association review board's decision. It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away. Holy shit. I figured you'll come here sooner or later. I decided on sooner Drew mission, was it? I haven't done anything illegal. And I didn't come here to whine about past events. I want to ask you some questions. I suppose you have that right. Flashbacks again. That day the entire court descended into chaos. And he used to still, no, it's not flashback. My mistake. Your eyes calmly watching. I admit, it made quite an impression on me. I'm used to finding myself in outrageous situations. It's right, was it? I'll answer what I can. Not sure, but it feels like I'm being watched intensely. It's my daughter, Vera. Say hello. She's gone. Shall I begin then? It's another investigation, so there will be no more investigations. It's the same room actually, just without any wallpapers. Oh, this hand, by the way. Maybe I'll just sidle on over here for a closer look. It's not just hands. It's a vial. That's a pretty bottle. Don't touch that, please. Get in trouble. It belongs to Vera, you see? She always puts it somewhere she can see it. She looks at it often. Hold on! She put the poison inside the vial and on the mark as well. Stump, I mean. She's the one who killed her father and herself, almost. Oh, I don't know. Puts it somewhere she can see it. She looks at it often. Though it definitely was inside. That's how she was poisoned 1 hour ago. It's a light pink fluid inside. Nail polish, I'm guessing. Or maybe not. Not this red envelope. Don't touch that. It's quite important. Painter's face just changed hues. Guess I'll better behave, though it's tempting to just grab it. It's an awfully small frame. What's it inside? A stump? Don't touch that. I get in trouble. The stump belongs to Vera. You see? She always puts it somewhere she can see it. It's Zach and Walland. The Grammaries, isn't it? Why nobody talk about the girl? Because it's kinda obvious she's like Vera. Wait a second. What was her name again? Lamiwar, something like this. There was post office issued that commemorative stamp last year, when the Grammaries were at the height of their popularity. Not anymore. Now that one of them has vanished off the face of the earth. I don't want to see one of their shows when she was quite small. It's been a dedicated fun ever since. Watched them every time they came on TV, until the end. That's it. Stump's quite hard to come by here. Still wonder how she got her hands on it. In this case, why actually use it 7 years later? Don't understand it. What do I have here? Full list. Deceased. Suppose that was his age somewhere. Game end? No, of course. We need to figure it out. Who framed Phoenix Wright? Everyone? Supposed to be brother of Gavin. Miss Univera? Yes, yes. You took that one quite recently. I know, I'm Pedro. Why not paint a portrait instead? I've never been that good at people, unfortunately. Right. Shouldn't you practice? Use these gizmos for painting? They're pretty elaborate. Those aren't for painting, they're for analyzing. Paint composition, age, every conceivable angle. Tools of the forgery trade, I guess. There's some finished paintings stuck here. They don't look all that bad, really. Sell you one for 50 cents. That's okay, they look kind of heavy. Maybe he needs to work on his sales technique a bit. Paints and pigments are lined up on the shelves. Some noticeable gaps. It's embarrassing, but I can't afford all the paints I want. And since I'm buying the ones I use with my own money. And say, how do you want to do that? Sure. Perhaps you heard that you can make any color, as long as you have the 3 primary colors. Well, it's a lie. We're going. Why not to do the digital art? 7 years ago, right now it's the year 2019 here. What's this painting here? It's one of mine, it's an illustration for a book. It's not on sale yet, of course, but I thought it might be a good business. As a father, I'd like to be able to put food on my daughter's table. Not feeling I know anything about, at least not yet. Going home by any chance? No, it's just chicken out the door. Chicken actually on the table. Not seem I am far too stubborn to take hints like that. Paints are scattered all around, probably the ones he's currently using. Something very artistic about a messy room. This is anything compared to my office. That should make my office a masterpiece. Do I need to even show something? Okay, let's talk. Don't look at me with those eyes. I know what it is that I do. More than half of the paintings they bring me are stolen. And who knows what my copies are used for. But some of your works are paintings, correct? You may not believe me when I tell you this. That was my first work outside painting. What? I think it would be used as evidence in a murder trial. Never even imagined the possibility. Why did you take the job? I was well paid, very well paid. I think he feels worse about it than I do. The past is hard to escape. Honestly, the sooner I can put this behind me, the better. It's apologies to you, of course. Sorry, but it's not going to be quite so easy. He's trying to forget that he made. Looks like I'll have to remind him. Judging from this place, you're a painter? Not sadly, a profitable one. Not sadly profitable one. I've never sold a painting. It's a source of considerable embarrassment. I won't be able to get by with only me. Your daughter? Your mother, who wary of me and left. don't want you to grow up neither, Mr. Wright. That's why I began my other occupation, forgeries. Your work. Don't try to pretend you've forgotten. Sure, all you did was make a copy, but that copy might have destroyed the life of an innocent man. I'm responsible too, which is why I have to know. And you have to tell me. I knew it would be difficult to escape this. Then, let's talk. Well then, ready to tell me about this work you did? It was unlike anything I had attempted before. I guess it would be a little different from paintings. That's not what I mean. In all my previous work, it sufficed to create a copy. This wasn't a copy. The client gave me two things that day. The first was a sample page as a reference. The second, a printed document that only a summary was written by my client. So you use the real writing as a reference to reproduce what the client wrote? Yes, as I say, that was my first job of that nature. So, who was your client? As I said in court, I don't know. Really? With such a suspicious request? It was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester. I would say I would not. As you know, better sleep. I never met them. Personally, No, look. A psych lock, of course. Consider return it back to this game. Seems like you're still hiding something. Something about this work. My Magatama, one of my most prized possessions, she could turn a certain keys and show me the locks on people's hearts. If I can unlock their hearts and tell me their secrets, maybe I don't have enough evidence. The Magatama starts it all, and the Magatama ends it. Can simply click on it here. Not present. It's not in my inventory. Well, let's check what is this. You're hiding something. Listen, do I have an HP here? Indeed. Let's hear it, then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Mission? So I really don't know, I never met the client? True, when I asked the client's name, there were no Psylocks in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be, otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. Why are you doing this to me? Well, I made my stand, no backing down now. So, what's Mission hiding? The forger? The sample? The client? He's hiding all three of these. The forger. Can pretty much piece together what it is from what you've said. Other than, you told me what you knew about the client. I couldn't see any Psylocks. Psycholocks? That's some sort of asylum security or a new herself, perhaps? But then they did show up, didn't they? Flashback. Not personally. Those words triggered the Psyclock. Again means the Psycholooks. Looks. Nori must know what they are. So, you didn't meet with the client. But someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence. Had some hand up on this log business. But I'm afraid you've lost me. Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about psychologues. As long as I come to the right conclusion, it doesn't matter how I got there. Your conclusion is the real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Mission. Poppycock? I don't know what you're talking about. That's my work, I tell you. Made here in my studio. Who else could it have been but me? That's a real question, isn't it? If the forger wasn't you, then I don't have many other people to choose from. Your forger and the studio is... Take that.
Take that!
The real forger is your daughter, Vera Mission, isn't it? Ridiculous, my daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright. I've always been more one for landscapes, not surrealism. Nice comeback, but you're shaking in your boots. Got you now. Only two people with access to this studio are you and your daughter. The psychologues tell me you're not the forger. Nonsense rubbish. Poppycock. Which makes your daughter the only possibility. Thank you, Richard. I feel very much on the verge of going psychologue myself. It was kinda easy. I don't know who you knew, but you're right. The one who made this page was my daughter, Vera, not I. She's only 12, a genius you might call her. Precocious little girl, outshining her father. There's been a lot of that going around recently. I her play in the studio, and she watched me. She taught herself in that way. Drafting tools and analytical devices I bought when they became necessary. They're my little girl's lessons now. I take a bit of father pride. So Vera was the one who made this page. Would she know how the client was? Who? Then, actually, the client came once. Here. To this studio. What? Why didn't you say so sooner? But their face was covered, and they did not want to talk to me. So, they talked to your daughter? I'll speak only with the artist, the client told me. The little girl might know something about him. Okay, what do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more. Or is it time to turn my attention to Vera? Talk to Vera. Mr. Mission, I have a request. Let me guess. Like to speak with my daughter? Can I? My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy. Extremely so, actually. There's only one exception. Which was? Odd enough, it was that client. I left the studio while they talked. Turned when they had finished. She was laughing. It was the first time I'd seen anything of the sort. Please, let me speak with her. Alright. Uh-oh, this could be tough. There'll be again silence. She thought I'll finish exactly this place. We will write somebody, but it's a lot of time. The forgeries. Mira, was it? Would you like to have a friendly chat? I'm Phoenix Wright, ex-lawyer and pianist. I'm still looking for the keys. And say, Do-Re-Mi. Can't find them anywhere. My question is, okay, he said Do-Re-Mi, but we know that in the United States they have it C-D-E, right? Right. So Japan for sure. How good at this? I need something to get through to this girl. Okay, I don't have it, looks like. Yeah, the same. And the same. Okay, I don't have something yet. It's nothing to present. I started a bit. And I'm reading right now because I just finished with this one. Just need to save here. There's nothing else to, like, discuss with her because I don't have that specific item. It will make her love, maybe. Alright, who should I rate? Let's see. Let me check my list. Oh, you can suggest some of them. In the bottom of my list, there's two people. Nobody? Starts to be annoying? You don't like Persona 5? Italy, France, Spain, and Japan? Because it was kinda unusual to see it in the game where it takes place in the United States by plot. By localization plot, because it's Japan. Okay, I already Daytona TV. Let me type his channel, Daytona TV. Did I type it correctly? Every rate, 6 in a row. Is it good that I'm not doing this? I can simply dance in front of camera instead. Well, someday I'll play Dance Dance Revolution for PlayStation. Maybe something else. Someday. So I was doing it with Mario, Sonic, and yeah, Sonic Raiders game. Yes. Alright, thank you everyone for stopping by. You Prince Cat, everyone else. And that was this subscription, price subscription. Lost from my chat. Anyways, thank you for the sub. And see you next time tomorrow. I'm not sure that I will finish this game tomorrow, but if I'm not going to finish it tomorrow, it will be the next day after tomorrow. Bye. Good night. See you.